Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those of us who are more creative. I am Deuce, and this is a glam boy look. So, what was I going to say? Yeah, so it's a mystery boxing thing. You know what I do? I don't even know what I do yet still. Maybe I will just give up and go through it with you beforehand, even though it's glam boy look, because I'm over trying to remember what I did last time. So, yes, so it's a mystery box, as I said. The Ultimate Beauty Bay mystery box, £29, and it's worth around 90. I worked it out beforehand, aren't I? Brilliant. By the way, excuse me. I have a lot of mystery boxes, as you know, because I've been collecting them, like, over the years. Like, I have ones from last year still. This one is from last year. I believe my mother got me it for Christmas. That's how long it's going back. I am actually not just doing mystery boxes, believe it or not. I am waiting because I'm very close to getting a microphone. And once I've got a microphone, I'm going to be once again splitting them up as I used to do. Like, I'll do a look with that palette, I'll do it inspired by Monster High, but also I want to try and get into like doing a bit of true crime, and I want to do one for Drag Race. Like, I actually want to talk about why the queen I picked is my favourite from the season, that is. And there was another one, of course, picking a LGBTQ plus icon. So, and like talking about them, their life, etc. So I want to do all of that as well. So I'm waiting for a microphone to get that involved. So at the minute I'm just going through mystery boxes and that, because they're like, I don't want to say the least important, but I don't mind not having a microphone for it. Anyway, let's get started. You know what, I'm just gonna do whatever comes natural, as I usually do. Okay, so as usual, I'm not going through it like in a deep dive or anything, because I do that for drag. Not all of what I've got here is from the box. It's some stuff that I've brought, and also it's not everything that was in the box, if that makes sense, because there's quite a bit of skincare in it, and I'm not going to use skincare on camera or show you it because it's not an unboxing. Anyway, so I have a lot, quite a bit here actually, and I'm going to show you, like, get to the place of it and then do it. Yeah. Also, took off the smoothing effect. Oh my god, I hate it so much. I should just do it beforehand and just get over it, but I always forget, and then I looked going, my skin looks good today, and then I remember why. Okay, I'm back, and I have decided to try and start wearing like actual foundation for like when I go out and stuff. And when I say go out, I mean like actual on a night out and things like that. Like, I don't wear makeup like for every day or anything. It's just not something that I do. So this is the you know, the glow, the halo glow from Elf, because most people put it under foundation and all that, so I just thought I'd use it because I need to still use it because I don't like wasting stuff. I went with the Juvia's Place full velvet matte foundation because this was one that I used to use like all the time. Like, I really liked it because I loved how full coverage it was, and like this could be borderline drag foundation as well, because I also like to mix with the Krylon stick a liquid foundation. So I've brought this thinking that it will work for Glam Boy, but it will also work to do what I need it to do for liquid foundation. Obviously this is not from the box. I do not remember my skin colour in this, so that looks a bit yellow, but I might be able to get away with it. I don't remember what colour I got, like my original colour. Casablanca? I got that in this shade. Don't remember what my original shade was. it's looking a bit yellow, but I've picked worse before, believe me. God, I forgot how full coverage and matte this is. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say. But basically that, like, look how it goes over my eyebrow. It's insane. But yeah, like, I used to be really obsessed with this foundation. Like, I really, really liked it. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go with this one. Because I have literally no idea where else to go. Because I used to really like the Maybelline 24-hour one. But they changed the formula and I don't like it anymore. This spreads quite well, I forgot about that. I will go into my beard area, but I like doing that bit last, or it makes my stubble area a bit weird looking. I forgot how much, even though it's like really thick, it moves well, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. It's as good as I remember it being. It is a bit dark. It's like I've got a tan, but it's not the worst I've ever picked either. So, yeah. I mean, I would cut it off, but I might as well tell you that I'll also tell you that if you've got like facial hair and that, it's a good idea to like concentrate on the upper part of your face first and then stamp it through your beard area, because if you obviously avoid it, you'll still have it will look weird because you'll have like a, I don't know, almost like a section of bare skin under your hair. However, if you go straight in with the foundation on your beard area, it makes it a weird cakey like feeling, and it's like like you're trying to cover your hair, but you haven't done it, your beard area, but you haven't done it very well, if that makes sense. Almost like a poor attempt at covering your brows as a drag queen. That's how I related to it. But you know what? I think it's alright. And you know, it's giving me, I feel like that works well with the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Like, I wouldn't normally, I plan on using the e.l.f. Halo Glow and then not buying it again. I like it, it's just not really my sort of product. However, it is very pretty under this foundation, and I think it's because this foundation is so matte. Like, it's really, really, really matte. But I'm all about matte foundation because I go in with a lot of glowing products for boy glam. Anyway, I'm going to do my neck and be right back for the next product. Okay, I am back and I will tell you, I still love this foundation. I really, really do. I've forgotten how much I loved it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. I really like it. And if you are into, I don't know why my voice did that. If you're into full coverage, very full coverage, matte foundation, I recommend. And I recommend if you're a drag performer who's not into like really thick stick foundations and that, this is a good liquid version. It's a very thick liquid, but it's really, really good. And I used to use this all the time, and I'm going to be using it again. I'm probably going to try a different shade next time, but the good thing about it is that because I use the Coty Air Spunnet powder and it has a horrific shade range, it lightens up the foundation area. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the only real things you can really tell is, one, my chest hair, and two, obviously where I have found it. Like, the colour isn't vastly different, that's what I'm saying, but obviously it's smoother because it's got a thick foundation all over my neck. Okay, next product. This is another product that's not in the box, just me reviewing. My camera's about to go off. Okay, so the next product is obviously the Huda Beauty blush, and this is my last review on these because this is the last shade in Baddie Berry. This is obviously mostly for darker skin, as you can tell, but I'm a drag performer, so I could use whatever blush I freaking I want. But obviously, I am reviewing it, period, so I'm also going to be doing it for my glam boy look, clearly. I mean, I'm not that nervous about it because I've got dark skin. It's obviously not as dark as most skin would be for this shade, but it's not going to look absolutely insane. Please don't say I jinxed myself, but you know what I mean. I really like these cheeky tints. I bought them all after reviewing Coral QE, basically. Some of it was curiosity, some of it was because I wanted them. So I'm going to just put it on the inner corner. I don't know why I contoured first. I did it again. I don't know why I did it, because I normally do the blush first. Oh wow, I'll just go back in with it. This is probably going to be a bit wild for boy glam, but I have like realised that purple blushes, which this one definitely is purple. What have I done with it? Ow, I've got, you know when you get it, why does your face always begin to itch when you have makeup on? Purple blushes, like, I have become really liking of them. Is that English? So I'm excited. This will be my first proper purpley kind of blush, even though it's obviously got that berryness to it. I want a proper purple blush at some point. This is the closest I've got to it so far in getting one, basically. It is dark. I am a bit spooked for boy glam, but I am excited for Saturday to see how it looks with drag. It'll probably be one that I only use on like the inner socket and then buff it out into an ombre kind of blush. I don't know why I've done this side instead of this side for you. Oh well, I'll do both. I think I'm just gonna leave it probably about there. I just take the sponge ever so lightly and soften the edges around here and almost blend it into my concealer, because I know that a lot of people like put blush into their concealer. Like, I've tried it a couple of times. I don't really see the difference, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's because I use my drag Elf concealer, and because it's quite thick it just overpowers the blush, but I don't know. It's different, but I don't hate it, and it buffs out pretty. I'm actually sort of growing fond of it. Like, it was a bit scary at first, but that's the nice thing about these blushes, is that it very much, they build up, but they also sheer out. Wow. So I personally think you could be any skin tone and get any of them and it would work. However, I will say that I don't think you need all of them. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that I have all of them. But the Perky Peach, Coral Cutie and Proud Pink are quite similar. Like, they've all got that peachy coraliness to it. The Proud Pink, I was expecting it to be pink, like real pink. And like only pink, but it had like a peachy tone to it. So those three I think are quite similar, and what you won't need all of them. Like, if you thought about buying all of them. I think the Rebel Red and this one are quite unique and different. Therefore, if you wanted to like try them all out, I would say get this one, get the Rebel Red, and one of the other three. But yeah, I mean, I might bring it down a bit further, but I'm surprised actually that I quite... Actually, you know what? It's intimidating looking how dark it is and everything, but I shouldn't have been that worried because I have begun to really like purple blush. Okay, on to the next product. Quickly just trying it on because they say on the description that it can also be a lip product. And this one, Rebel Red, are probably the only ones I would ever use as a lip product because one, I just don't like them. They look too much like highlighter on your lips. And that's period, all of them. But these are dark enough to look at like a real, like satiny, glossy kind of lip. It's not my kind of lip product, but those two work, where the other ones are way too light and straight up highlighter glow, in my opinion. Anyway, I feel like it's stained my lips a bit. Anyway, doesn't matter. Next will be the highlighter. I don't know why I said that because I'm not doing it on camera. Next product. Okay, let's get started. It is time for the eyeshadow palette. Okay, so I got the Earthy palette in 9 shades. However, so there we are. However, because I'm going to sell this one, I'm going to use the shades that are in that palette from the big boy that I have. And also I got the Brights palette 16, and obviously I don't have this palette, so I'm going to be using this one and keeping this one. I'm excited. I love Beauty Bay eyeshadows. So I'm going to create an eye and I will be back to show you how I did it. Okay, I'm back, and this is the eye. It is crazy, but they're both bright palettes, so I thought we'll do bright. Okay, so I'll show you how I did it. I very, very, very rarely do yellow eye looks. I want to try and also do a yellow greenish one for my drag, so I just thought I'd, I don't know, try and dip into yellow. So I took Sunflower from the Brights palette and I softly washed it over the base, and like yellows can be incredibly difficult to make good. I would say this one is one of the better ones that I've tried, which I expect from Beauty Bay, to be honest with you, because their formula is really good. I don't really want it very pigmented, it's just to wash it and for it to be the base. I then took the colour Fire, the bright orange one, and I put it in the front of the crease. As you can see, they're very pigmented. A fluffier brush, and I buffed it out until it hit the brow area, and I try, as always, to buff that bit of the nose contour into the look. I do go up until it hits the brow area. I'm really trying to get contour. Cut me off, how rude. Anyway, as I was saying, I was trying to really buff the nose contour bit into the eyeshadow just to soften it. I actually probably did this side better. Oh well, it's good enough. I then took the dark shade in the little palette is Pine, so I took the shade Pine and I put it on the outer corner. And as usual, I buff it right down, almost going under the eye. Okay. About like that, I guess. It is very, very messy looking at the start, I'm not gonna lie. It was also just a random colour palette. I don't really know why I came up with this, but I did. Okay, so literally with that, I am now going to cut the crease area. And unlike my drag, which is very strategically cut and clean, I don't care as much with this. So I literally just go in with the brush that I put on the primer and almost just like sort of follow my eye socket really. But like I go a bit above because obviously I've got the world's hideously hooded eyes. So I have to go above the crease, otherwise you're not going to see the colour of it. And I stopped, I want to say about there. Okay, with that done, I then took the gold shade in Nectar, this one, and put it all over the front of the lid. Where did I put the... there it is. As usual, Beauty Bay's shades are very pigmented, so I don't really need to wet the brush or anything. I have to admit though, this one does work better with your finger for some reason, but I need to use a brush to obviously cut out. Oh, wrong one. Screw it. Oh. So, I want to say about there. Maybe just a little bit more in this bit here. Okay, and after that I took the shade Moss, which is the darkest green from the little palette, so this one, and I put it there on the outer corner, and I literally just use my finger. And to make it smoother, I took the brush that I use to do the darker green and I blend the edges together. Like that. I then took This one was a bit harder to work with for some reason, and I have no idea why, particularly why it was so hard to work with, but apparently it was. This orange one here, Phoenix, I don't know why, but it didn't want to work with the brush. It just didn't show up even when I wet it down. So I figure that it's just gonna be, it just only shows up with your finger, at least over other shimmers. I might try this one in drag on the lid on its own, but for some reason over the shimmers it just doesn't seem to want to go on with the brush, which would make the smudging of it easier, but blending of it easier, but oh well. So I literally am just piling it on and then blending it out. I suppose that's somewhat similar. It's just that I just wish it was that bit more pigmented, because for some reason it just doesn't hold the colour the way I want it to. But good enough. I then did the lower lash line. So I took that moss shade again. No, not moss, pine. And I basically connected the green. And then I took a fluffier brush and I took the colour Sunflower again, the yellow, and I buffed it out. And around, this is when I like added more of the yellow to it. Even going up into the brow bone yellowy area, because this is where I basically added more of the yellow to the eye. And the green really blended well with it. Okay, with that done, I then added the inner corner highlight, which is, I'm going to just use this one, not use it, but show you. This one here, the lightest, in the shade Ivory. And I use that to highlight everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but you know what I mean. The inner corner and the brow bone. As you know, I go quite far down with the inner corner. I like it to go under my eye a little bit. And then took it to the brow bone. And then taking the green brush, I softly buffed it in. And then I took the yellow one and did the exact same, but nearer the top of it. Like that. Okay. So I then did the glitter eyeliner. This is about to go off, so okay. So I took the, it's a bit darker than I wanted, this glitter, but it still did its job. And because it was a bit darker, oh god, that was way too much. I'm gonna have to add more now to this side. I took it into the inner corner using the brush that did the inner corner with, I sort of just patted it to try and get it to like almost just make the glitter look less like I just put it on, like it's mounting into the eye. It's a part of the eye as well. I'm gonna add a bit more of the ivory because I definitely want that to be the colour and not the shimmer, but okay. I'm gonna probably add a bit more because it just seems to be a bit thin. Okay, I'm gonna try and put a little bit into that, and then I'm gonna take that Phoenix shade. Hopefully it will work with this pencil brush, even if it's just a little bit, to try and get it to. I mean, it's not really working out, but it's okay. I think it still looks okay. Oh, that's all that matters. Suppose it looks alright. I should probably make it more messy at the end more often. Okay, yeah, I think that's gone alright. Okay, so with that done, I then did the eyeliner. So the two eyeliners I got from the box is the shade Blue Sky, which is a pastel blue, and Aura. Is it Aura? Yeah, Aura, and it's a periwinkle lavendy kind of purple. However, I don't know if it's just my skin tone. They basically come up near enough exactly the same colour. I put Blue Sky on the inner corner. And to be honest with you, I'm not, even though I'm sure many would be annoyed if they brought two eyeliners and they didn't turn out to be two different colours. But I'm alright with it because they could maybe even pass as my white eyeliner for my drag because of that light. But even if not, like, I'll use them out of drag for light eyeliners, basically, because they can also pass as, maybe not white, but they could very much pass as a nude eyeliner, both of them on me. But yeah, like, there's no difference. It looks like I'm just wearing a light eyeliner in my crease, and these are two different shades. I don't know if it's my skin colour, maybe it's not translating as well, maybe if you're paler, because I don't know, actually, like, maybe a little bit, like a little bit of difference, but not vastly. But yeah, I don't know what to say other than that. I'm not crazy about them because they're just boring eyeliners, but they're also completely usable. I'm going to use them, so they're not going to go to waste. Okay, for God's sake. I was just trying to remember the name. Yeah, but then it's also their, like, pastel-y casing, so maybe, because they did they did do that, didn't they? They had Beauty Bay had a collection at one point that was just pastel colours, so I suppose it makes sense. It's just not showing up, like, it just looks like I've got a white beige-ish eyeliner on. Okay, so mascara. Why I'm doing it off camera? Because I'm not. Okay, so next product. This is going to be a bit redundant because the lip liner in the shade Whip is much, much lighter than the lipstick in the shade Cola. I'm not actively a brown lip person. I am a nude lip person. Absolutely. But I am just not a brown one. But I'm thinking, I mean, plenty of people use lip liner as lipstick, so I'm going to try and reverse it and use this as the outer bit and put Whip in the inner corner. I am so nervous. And with this being matte, hopefully it will work out. I'm trying to find... Oh, I'm sure this will work. It doesn't have to be dead on. I have to admit, I was expecting it to be like proper brown sort of colour, but it's almost pulling red. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still dark, so that's good. Might just... Like, I'm used to using lipsticks as lip liners because I used to do it all the time. It's more just trying to see if I can get the lip liner to do it. Okay, I think that's as good as I'm gonna get. It's definitely pulling more red the more and more I look at it. Okay, so for the... I don't know how this is gonna go, to be honest with you. Ow, it's so hard. I never realised how hard the beauty lip liners are. It's gonna take a long time, but it is working. I will be back. Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen again. I don't get people who use lip liner as lipstick. yeah, this is definitely my kind of lip. I would just never use a lip liner for filling it in. And I'm finding obviously the lip liner overpowers the lipstick quite a bit. But I just wouldn't wear this colour on its own, so I can't tell if I'm going to do it or not because I don't know if I can stand it. No, I think it'll be alright. Okay, so I'm going to sort out my hair and I will be back. Okay, and I am back and feeling strangely tropical. I hate the heat, so that is weird. So yes, this is my look. I don't really know what else to say. Most of the products were good. You'll discover more on Saturday. Well, no, it won't be Saturday. I don't even know why I say the days because they don't even work like that. But whatever. You'll find out when I do my drag one. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.